Welcome back to another episode of the AJ Sports Podcast. I am one half, Anthony Carboni, and to my right is the other half, Justin Vilche. Oh man, it has been one hell of a week in the NHL world and sports world. I mean, we can discuss a little bit of what happened in the NBA also. We are a sports podcast, not just hockey, but we just love our hockey. But yeah, lots to talk about. So, but first we got to say what's up to the boy. What's going on, Justin? My G.
Everything good, bro. Bro, everything's chilling, bro. Watch Royal Rumble. That shit was fire.
Yes, we did a watch party.
Yeah, bear hockey trades. Bro, let's get into it, bro.
Let's get into it indeed. First things first, I want to announce next week we are going to start a little segment called Drop the Mitts, where Justin and I will be debating a topic in the NHL. So you've seen him and I talk about McDavid, McKinnon. We've seen goalie debates. You've seen teams who are better debates. Which era is better? A bunch of debates. So him and I are going to start debating. We can bring some people on to also debate as well. But we're going to start a segment called Dropping the Mitts. So look forward to that. It's going to be pretty interesting. First topic of the day. Let's get into it. Do you want to start with Leafs Oilers or do we want to start with Detroit Red Wings?
We'll start with the Red Wings.
Okay.
Let's start with
the Detroit Red Wings right now are the hottest team in the league. Unbelievable. Under Todd McLellan, as soon as he took over. Actually, first of all, under Derek Ledon, they had 13 wins, 14 losses, and I want to say like a couple overtime losses. So terrible. Out of a playoff spot. Not even in competition. Todd McLellan takes over. The team wins 14 games, lose 4 in regulation, 1 overtime loss, 14, 4-4. They're in 20 games under Todd McLellan are hot. They are good. They are first in the Eastern wildcard race right now, with taking that top wildcard spot. 3 points back from the Ottawa Senators for third in the Pacific Division, in the Atlantic Division, and 5 points back of your Toronto Maple Leafs. We got insane numbers from Lucas Raymond. We've got goaltending, defending, power play at fourth in the league right now at 27 at 27% in the 27%, fourth in the NHL. What's going on with the Detroit Red Wings, Justin? What kind of turnaround have they had since Todd McLellan took over the coaching job, and what do we see from the Red Wings? Will they make playoffs? Like what are we talking about? Like what do we think is going to happen with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think they will make the playoffs. I think with the injuries that the Columbus Blue Jackets are dealing with now, Marchenko out for I think they said 6 to 8 weeks with a broken jaw. He got hit on the bench. Puck just came at him, broke his jaw. Werenski is out tonight. He have an undisclosed injury. They don't know the severity of that injury. I think it might go a little bit downhill for the Jackets. And I mean, bro, the Red Wings could slide in there and take that spot. They are getting hot at the right time. I wonder what Derek Lalonde is thinking, because he got fired, and then all of a sudden the Red Wings have just been red hot. So I wonder, is he like, why couldn't you guys have done this for me? Was it my fault? Like, I wonder what's going through Derek's mind, because all of a sudden now the Red Wings are playing or literally the hottest team in the league right now. And it's not really surprising to me, because I did say before the season I had high expectations for this Red Wings team. I thought they were pretty good. And I mean, the slow start has put them into a position now where maybe if they were actually playing like this throughout the season, they would be battling for the first place in the Atlantic spot. But I mean, I had high expectations for this team. I thought Raymond was going to put up 40 goals and 90 points. He's looking to be on pace with that. Larkin has been red hot for the past 3 weeks under McLellan. Sider's doing his thing. The goaltending has been goaltending, as you said. I mean, wow. Talbot and Lyon have just been stealing the show in net. I guess all of a sudden it's just been clicking. I mean, hey, remember, Patty Kane is injured, I think. He's been injured for a long time.
They activate him off.
Yeah, so they've been doing this without Patty Kane, and we know how good Patty Kane can be when he's actually on his game, right? So I think the Red Wings will make the playoffs. The Red Wings are kind of a cool team to watch, because them making the playoffs would be cool. I haven't seen them make the playoffs in a while. because they haven't made the playoffs in a while. But yeah, I think, dude, like they've been on fire. Like Raymond, Larkin, even Casper. McClellan has played Casper on the first line, and he's just been on an absolute tear. So I mean, look, man, Red Wings fans, hey, y'all should be excited because, bro, y'all are playing some meaningful hockey. Dude, 2 months ago, you guys were battling for last with the Buffalo Sabres in the Eastern Conference, and all of a sudden, you guys have skyrocketed to first place, and now, dude, who knows? Maybe by the end of this week, you guys could be third place in the Atlantic Division, right? Or possibly, battling with the Leafs for second place in the Atlantic Division. So who knows, man? But bro, the Red Wings, whew, they're on fire.
Yeah, indeed. They look incredible right now. Hopefully they can maintain it, unlike Montreal, who just decided to start shitting the bed and lose 4 in a row, especially to the Ducks the other night. So hopefully the Red Wings are not frauds like them and maintain that spot, because I would love to see the Red Wings in the playoffs. Motor City deserves their team in the playoffs for the first time since 2016. It's been so long since we've seen Detroit in the playoffs. This is the best Detroit team I've seen since they made playoffs. So I hope they make it. And the way they're looking right now, trending, hopefully they finish this. I know they got Seattle tonight. I forget who they play Thursday, but I know they play Tampa Saturday. Huge game right there against a div rival at home, just before the break for Four Nations. So if the Wings can go 2-1 in this span, get 2 wins, and sit comfortably for that wild card, or like you said, maybe even take third and fight for second. They'll be in a good spot coming back from the Four Nations face-off. I want to bring up a tweet I said yesterday that you commented on. They were showing the Detroit Red Wings in the standings for the Atlantic, and I said on my tweet, I said if the Red Wings were to play the Leafs in the first round, they got a second round ticket right there, because I was saying a little bit ago that Detroit was going to get smacked if they played the Leafs. Watching these guys play and seeing how hungry the Red Wings look, I feel like they could beat Toronto in a best-of-7 series in the playoffs. What do you think of this? And I mean, would you be scared to play the Red Wings as a Leafs fan yourself?
I wouldn't be scared of playing the Red Wings. I think it would be a cool matchup. I think this would actually be one of the more favorable matchups for the Leafs. I don't really think the Detroit goaltending will do well in the postseason if they make the postseason. And yeah, I just think the Leafs would exploit their defense and their goaltending, as we've seen in the past. The Leafs can score in bunches against this Red Wings team. So honestly, I don't think the Red Wings want to see the Leafs, because I think the Leafs, especially if the Leafs go to Detroit, if they play in a playoff series, I think the Leafs would pack the barn. Leaf fans would pack, what are they called again? Joe Louis Arena? No, Little Caesars Arena.
Little Caesars Arena, yeah.
Yeah, Little Caesars Arena. So I mean, yeah, man, I don't see the Red Wings being the Leafs in a 7-game series. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I just don't think they would be a good matchup. Like, I don't think the Leafs would be a good matchup for the Red Wings. Yeah. I think the Red Wings would be an absolute tremendous matchup for Leafs. And honestly, I would love to see the Red Wings in a first round matchup, 100%. I just don't think their goaltending is capable of carrying them through a 7-game series against a high powered offense.
Yeah, I feel like at the trade deadline they should address the goaltending, because I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we've seen goaltenders who have been mid, win a Stanley Cup, like Darcy Kemper, for instance, right? And just ride off the hot hand. Detroit could be like a Cinderella story where they just get hot at the right time, and then they all of a sudden they just go on an immaculate run. Who knows, man? It's gonna be if they were to make it, it'd be the first time in 9 years that they make playoffs. So it would be very interesting to see. I would love to see the Red Wings make playoffs and play the Toronto Maple Leafs, just so we could see the little rivalry original 6 in the first round. That's not the Boston Bruins or Tampa Bay Lightning, so that would be really interesting for sure. But yeah, Red Wings are the hottest team in the league right now, and hopefully they continue that, because Justin and I want to see them in the playoffs. Okay, Leafs versus Oilers on Saturday. I want to talk about this game specifically because of what happened in the game. The Toronto Maple Leafs in the first period go up 3-zip. 3-zip. Yeah. Returning to the lineup was Matthew Knies and John Tavares, and they make an impact real quick. Tavares getting an assist, Matty Knies getting a goal, a couple power play goals. Big Man scored as well. They were up 3-0. What did you think of the first period in that game? I mean, we were watching Royal Rumble, but like we were seeing the highlights.
Yeah, bro, I thought they were cooking, bro. Like, again, these games against Edmonton are always high scoring affairs. So I knew this one was going to be a high scoring affair. I just thought, the Leafs played well in the first period. I mean, bro, they jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and I was like, okay, bro, like
In
you're
their
3-0 in
barn.
Edmonton.
In
By the
their
way,
barn.
in their barn, a lot of Leaf fans, again, by the way, I think we are the best traveled fans in the NHL. Like, bro, any arena that we go to, like, bro, we're louder in every arena than we are in our home arena. Like, what is that, bro? But anyway, I thought they played well for the first period, and then it kind of just went downhill after that. But, first period, they played well. And then, yeah.
Oh my goodness, the second period, and towards the third, they almost choked. Bushbaum to make it 3-1, and then Marner with his dazzling goal comes up.
Yeah, by the way, which was never a dazzle. Stop hyping this up.
It's Sportsnet. It was
bro,
Sportsnet.
It's a little stick handle. Again, Sportsnet on the decline. Bro, it's a little stick handle. What dangle? Like,
Yeah.
bro, these guys...
I didn't think it was anything special, to be honest. I mean, it's about time.
What?
It's about time Marner just held the puck for himself and not pass it around. And
finally.
I do want to talk about Marner quickly. I mean, they're saying he could be asking matching Leon Draisaitl's contract. The news broke out the other day. What do you think about that? $14 million AAV.
Him and his agent must be drunk. There's no way he should be getting Draisaitl money. And you know what's funny? Last year we talked about Draisaitl and how he wasn't performing the way that we thought he should be performing in the postseason. So I don't know what Draisaitl is also thinking, because yes, I can understand he's almost at 40 goals this year and he could win the Hart this year. But bro, again, when it comes to when it matters most, these players are not there for their team. We saw it last year when he got locked up by Barkov. Okay, Marner is also fried. There's no way he should be asking for 14, 15, 16 million. Bro, stop. No. That is unacceptable.
You're telling me that dazzling goal never moved you?
No. What? Bro, oh my God, bro. I've seen Bouchard score better goals.
Just like when he walked. Remember when he walked Shabbat, like in the Sens game?
In Ottawa, when he literally dangled. That's a dangle. He dangled him. That's a nicer goal than Marner's little dangle in Edmonton. Like, bro, what are you talking about?
But after that, it was all Edmonton with the comeback. Scory Perry, the worm, getting in the action. He scored a goal. Zach Hyman against the Leafs, obviously, that was going to hit every single time. And then within the final minutes of the game, it was 4-3. Edmonton pulled their goalie. McDavid comes in across the line. They get possession of the puck. McDavid to Draisaitl. Bang, it's 4-4. But hold on a minute. Berube looks to challenge for offside.
Challenge?
And we look at the replay. Give it to the former Leaf to assist the Leafs in being offside. John Klingberg, in his debut, I believe, or second game with the Oilers. Second game with the Oilers against the Maple Leafs, is just slightly offside. And the goal is disallowed. And I looked at a stat. The Maple Leafs are 12 for 12 on offside challenges. I think since last year or something like that. So
good.
The Maple Leaf, and then at the end, Joseph Woll, unbelievable save. He just Draisaitl at like the last second robs him, and you could tell right away when Marner saw him, he just yelled of joy and was just so happy that the Maple Leafs got the win. Very happy for Joseph Woll, who has been playing really good, really well, especially this game here against a team like the Edmonton Oilers, who are first in the Pacific, by the way. Are you happy with that Leafs performance? Because I have a little critique. I have a little bit of a critique, and it's because they almost blew it. But what do you have to say?
I was happy for half the game, and then I was like, wow, this is bad. Joseph Woll, wow, stole the show, really, because, oh my goodness, that could have been a historical collapse, especially against the Edmonton Oilers, who their fans are just out of their mind on Twitter. Like, oh my God, bro. There's a lot of teams that I dislike in the league, and the Edmonton Oilers are definitely one of them. And it's because of their fans on Twitter, bro. Like, bro, these guys don't stop. Like, bro, I'm glad we beat them, and and they can cry. Oh, Draisaitl. Oh, Klingberg wasn't offside. Oh, the goal should have counted. This and that. Bro, you guys lost. Okay, Mixell held to 0 points because of my boy Jake McCabe, absolute goat. You just see him diving into McDavid on that 2-on-1, blocking him from doing anything, right? And he dived and hit him into the boards. That's what I'm talking about. Mixell, 0 points, right? McDavid, fraud, selling games and parlays, right? Because, bro, where was he? Dude, apparently he had 9 shots on goal. Yeah, did any of them go in? Nope. But again, here's what I'm saying. McDavid, gone in the important games. Bro, you're playing the Toronto Maple Leafs, bro. We are arguably the biggest market in hockey. Okay? And then you do that? Really? Like really? I was happy for half the game. Second half of the game, I was not happy, but we got the job done. We go to Calgary tonight. Marner's questionable. OEL's questionable. Marner got injured. I didn't see the injury.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I didn't see any injury. He finished the game, and then it came out yesterday that he was injured.
So how do you finish the game, but you're still like what? But yeah. Anyway, Leafs get the huge 2 points, by the way. Like, going to Edmonton is never an easy place or job to go to, right? So, I mean, they got the job done. Good win, 4-3. Wool, still the show. Now, regroup, refocus, back tonight at the Saddle Dome in Calgary. I think Wool is starting.
It is Wool.
Stolarz is back on the ice practicing.
He should be playing Thursday.
Yeah, so that's good. Give Wool a little bit of a break. And let's continue this Canadian road trip. Let's beat the Flames today, and let's beat the Canucks next game. That's it. Let's do our thing.
Yeah.
Simple.
Well, like you said, you were happy for the first little bit. That shouldn't happen with good teams where they almost blow it. I understand that there's a lot of times in the game, but this is where you set the tone and you play your defense and you lock shit down, park the bus, and try and maintain that offense. McCabe did a phenomenal job maintaining McDavid to 0 points, which I'll talk about in a second. But for the Maple Leafs, if Klingberg wasn't offside and they tied the game 4-4 and then they lose in overtime, we're talking a completely different story. So against playoff teams like the Oilers, you cannot get into the habit of almost blowing these type of games like this. Am I right? Especially, even against, there's going to be games against the Hurricanes that are going to be important, the Panthers. Those guys are more defensive teams. If you're up in one of those kind of games and you blow that, I don't know what to tell you. So they gotta play better in the second half and not let teams get back into games, especially like the Oilers. And McDavid, 0 points.
I'm pretty sure the Leafs are undefeated going into the third period this season with a lead. They haven't choked.
They haven't choked the lead.
Lost.
But
yeah, so
close call. But they managed to get the win. McDavid, 0 points against the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
The Leafs are 2-0 against McDavid this year. So McDavid not performing in the games that that he needs to perform in. Like you said, he should be. He was pointless. I couldn't believe that he had 9 shots on goal and was pointless. And the team scored 3 goals and he didn't get a single assist or anything on that. So in that game. So I guess we'll now see McDavid maybe want to come to Toronto in a couple of years because he just keeps getting beaten by them. So maybe he's like, if you can't beat him, join him. And especially if they don't win this year with Edmonton, then good luck. We'll see what happens there. Joseph Woll, give a massive shout out to him. He shut the door, after giving up those goals from Hyman and Perry. I mean, they were kind of just whack shots that, maybe he was screened. It was just a bit of a knuckle puck or whatever. Goals like that happen. But, he stood on his head and, he got the huge win for the Maple Leafs away in Edmonton. Tonight they play the Flames, who are honestly pretty good. We're gonna talk about their trade as well. We gotta talk about the trade that they did as well.
Yeah.
But which we'll get into probably right away. So what do you think tonight? What is your prediction for tonight's Leafs Flames game? 9:00 start Eastern.
Yeah, at least it's not 9:30. So I'll accept a 9:00 start time. I'm expecting a win. I saw the Red Wings go into Calgary on Saturday and they beat them, so I don't see why we can't beat the Flames. I understand the Flames are hungry and they've actually done quite well. Wolf has done quite well this season, but I think the Leafs are obviously a better team, better offense, a better goaltending. Really, I think Wolf's better than Wolf. And dude, we should go in there. I think Nylander's going to score tonight. Yeah, bro, Leafs should go in there and get a 4-1 win. Really, I'm not really threatened by the Flames. Probably Kadri will score their only goal. And that's it, really. It should be comfortable 4-1. I don't really see the Flames posing a huge threat to us tonight. Simple as that. Move on, get the win today, and go over to Vancouver next game. Simple as that.
Simple as that. So let's talk about the Calgary Flames and maybe their two new additions to their team will score against the Maple Leafs. Saturday or Friday? I think it was Saturday or Friday. Might have been Saturday. I think it was. What day was it?
Friday.
Friday night. After another big trade was announced, we'll talk about that shortly. The Calgary Flames traded away Jacob Pateller and Andrei Kuzmenko, who had to waive his no movement clause, to go to John Tortorella and the Philadelphia Flyers. Another Russian that might have scraps with John Tortorella. Very exciting. We've already seen what's going on with Michkov and him having scraps on the bench after losses, two back-to-back shutout losses. And now we are going to see another Russian in Andrei Kuzmenko going over to the Flyers, hopefully to revive his career as, he was as rookie getting close to a point per game with 75 points in his rookie season, 30, 40 goals. But he's going to Philadelphia. In return, the Flames get Joel Farabee and Morgan Frost. I like this trade for Calgary a lot because they add some newer pieces and they could throw them up and down the lineup. And, the Flame, they have a really, good, two really solid power play units as well. I noticed that watching the bit of the Red Wings Flames game. They've got Kadri on the second unit. What? That's arguably, their best player. They got Huberdeau on the second unit also. They're cooking. And especially when they add at the deadline, too. I mean, what do you think so far? I mean, Farabee got his first goal. Or no, was it Frost that got his first goal on Sunday?
Frost scored. Yeah, Frost scored.
Frost scored. What do you think of these additions for the Flames, and how do you think they'll look heading towards the Four Nations face-off?
It's good. I don't think they're heading for a rebuild. I think it's a retool, and I think, dude, these guys are great pieces for a little retool. Farabee's only 24, Frost is only 25 years old. They haven't hit their prime yet. They had a tough time in Philly. Maybe it was the coach. Maybe it was Tortorella. We're waiting for this Morgan Frost breakout season. We're kind of waiting on this, and I think maybe next year will be his time to shine in Calgary. Farabee, I'm pretty sure, scored 25 plus goals last year. This year's been a down year, but I think, dude, he'll pick up. I'm confident he'll pick right back up in Calgary. And bro, there's a lot of interesting pieces in Calgary, bro. You have Kadri, you have Huberdeau, you have Frost, you have Farabee now, you have Rasmus Anderson, etc. You have Bear guys there, bro. And dude, the Flames are low key a decent squad. They're cool, bro. They got a team there, man. So, man, they're young. They're not too old. They haven't hit their prime yet. Most of the guys, and hey, man, you know what? Maybe next year push for the playoffs again. I think this year, I don't know if they'll make the playoffs. Maybe they'll squeak in. Maybe they'll miss out by 2 points. But dude, I think for the future, I think they're going to be a playoff team for a while. They'll be in the hunt for a while.
I think it'll come down to them in Vancouver for that final wildcard spot. It's going to be.
I think the Flames are better than Vancouver.
Yeah.
As a team.
So we'll see what happens. But the Flames are, if they get a big win against Toronto tonight, that'll really, write a little storyline here, and maybe we'll see the Flames back in the playoffs. But really good trade for the Flames. For the Flyers, I mean, they get a young guy in Pateller, and they got Kuzmenko, but I don't know. Philly's kind of been shit in the bed recently. Looks like they're falling out of that wild card race pretty fast, and the Flyers are showing their true colors, like we expected them to. But for the Flames,
doing nothing, and one of the most boring teams in hockey.
Exactly.
I really don't know why they're in the league. I'm gonna be honest, bro. The Flyers, dude. Our whole entire lives, the Flyers have just been so mid. What did they do for the league? Honestly, what? They made it to the Stanley Cup 2010. 15 years ago. What have they done since then? They've had Giroux, one of the most overrated players in hockey. They've done nothing. I'm actually so sick of the Flyers. They have shitty jerseys. Their mascot, what the hell is that? I feel bad for sports. The only good player there is honestly Konechny and maybe Tippett and Michkov when he's good. And that's it. There's nothing exciting about the Flyers. I'm so sick of the Flyers. They've always had trash goaltending. Okay, Carter Hart was never that guy. Okay, now they have Urson. Like, what the fuck is that? Their defense has always been trash, right? Like, you look at the defense now. Who the hell's there? You know, bro, Forge Course trash. Like, I'm so sick of the Flyers. Like, they bring nothing to the league. Just relocate them. Like, bro, Philadelphia, bro, Pennsylvania will always be for Pittsburgh. Okay, bro, you guys will always be the little sons. You guys will always be sons to Pittsburgh, bro. Get out of Pencil, bro. Please, Bettman, move them. Like, bro, Flyers are gonna be on the fraud list, bro. They do nothing. They just take up a spot. They take away from another city who could have a team.
We're definitely gonna clip that and send it to all the Flyers fans on Twitter, maybe, because they are some of the most vicious people, and I would love to see us go after them. Because yeah, you're right. The Flyers are pretty garbage. I can't lie. They haven't been good.
Honestly,
I can't remember like a really good. I mean, they did go to the second round in the bubble. Other than that,
the bubble.
nothing else.
Other than that, what have they actually done for the past 15 years?
Nothing.
What have they done?
Nothing.
What have they brought to?
Literally nothing.
They
haven't.
They brought Carter Hart, who we know what has happened.
We don't even need to speak on it. We don't even need to speak.
Like, bro. And they're only relevant because of John Tortorella. If Tortorella was not the coach, dude, the Flyers, nobody would speak about the Flyers.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Remember, the Flyers are only in the news when Tortorella says something in the press conference. I'm telling you, that's the only time we hear about the Flyers. Remember, Tortorella's press conferences, him against Mitchkov. Those are the only times we hear about the Flyers.
That is true. We never really hear anything from the Flyers unless Tortorella is caught saying something about a player or he's freaking out on the bench and it's all over Twitter. Yeah. Flyers fans, yeah, it sucks. I mean, you got your team in the Super Bowl with the Eagles on Sunday, so enjoy that. But your hockey team, pretty shit. Not gonna lie, pretty shit. They're pretty ass. But let's move on. We need Justin and I were talking about this over text in our little hockey fantasy group chat. The NHL scheduling people, whoever is making the NHL schedule, needs to appear on Justin's fraud list. You're telling me on a Monday, the only hockey game that is on, because you know Super Bowl, like football is always like Thursdays or Sundays and Mondays, whatever. There's no football this Monday. You could literally take over some of these nights. They have Prime Monday. They have hockey on Prime, Amazon Prime Video. You're telling me the only game that is broadcasted to the entire NHL fan base is the Ottawa Senators at the Nashville Predators? What kind of a game is that? Who is turning their TV on to watch the Ottawa Senators take on the Nashville Predators? The Nashville Predators who are shit, and the Ottawa Senators who are honestly, are they frauds, Justin? But like, we hate them, but are they frauds or are they actually good? They're getting Allmark back as well tonight. You don't want to speak on the Sens, but they may or may not be frauds. We don't know yet. We have to see how they do in the next little bit. I know Justin doesn't want to say anything, so he's not going to say anything. But still, this is more about whoever the hell is deciding to make the NHL schedule and have the only game yesterday be Ottawa and Nashville. What? What is this? There's nothing.
Bro.
Are they? Who's on the fraud list, Justin? Add them to the fraud watch list right now.
Oh, don't worry. They've already been added. I added them yesterday. Bro, today there's 28 teams playing. Yesterday there was 2. How is that possible that you have every single team playing tonight? Bro, there's 2 days. Put 14 teams, 7 games on Monday, 7 games on Tuesday. Oh my goodness, bro. There you go. 14 teams, 14 teams. Like, is it that difficult, bro? I watched the game for 2 minutes yesterday and I was like, I'm turning this shit off. Nobody's watching this. Preds, Sens, are you actually for on a Monday? Nobody likes Mondays, and then you put that on? Bro, you made a new deal with Amazon Prime, and you put a game like that. Why couldn't you have put... Bro, why couldn't have the Leafs played the Flames yesterday on Amazon? Like, what the fuck? Give me the trash Preds.
I feel like there's a lot better matchups could have been made. 100%. Like
100%.
Tampa, Ottawa would have been better, I think, on a Monday.
Would have been better.
Oh, but like, man, like, and on top of that game being so boring with these two teams, the Senators won again. I'm so done with this crap, and they're third in the division. I'm so sick and tired, and I feel sick. I feel like throwing up because this is ridiculous. I'm getting sick. I'm getting sick of this. All right, like I'm smiling, but I'm getting fucking sick of this shit. Like, what is happening right now? Okay, third in the Atlantic is fucking crazy. Like, are you dumb, stupid, or crazy? How? I don't get. They're not good. They're honestly not good. All right, like I can't. I'm crashing out now. I'm crashing out. They're not good. I'm so sick of the Ottawa Senators. I'm so sick of the Ottawa Senators. You're telling me I don't know how many fucking game streaks they have of no Kachuk, no Giroux, no Batherson scoring. All of a sudden now they just want to score. How? Against the shitty Preds? Go ahead. Go ahead. He scored against the Preds. And you know what pissed me right the fuck off too? You know what really pissed me off? Minnesota Wild go into Toronto. They beat Toronto like 3-1. They shut the door. They shut out Montreal in Fleury's final game in Montreal. They go to Ottawa. They go to Canadian Tire Center in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere, Ottawa.
Middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere.
Literally in the middle.
Middle of nowhere. And they got shut out by the Ottawa shitty Senators 6-0. 6-0. They had 18 shots on net all game. The Wild. The Senators had 52 shots. What the fuck? Also, Ryan Hartman got suspended for 10 games. 10 games for that thing on Stützle, which we're going to talk about. I'm so sick of the Ottawa fucking Senators. It pains me to talk about these fucking guys. They're not that good. Yeah. They will show their true colors within the next few weeks. I can guarantee it. Tampa is coming back for that spot. It starts tonight. The next two games are against Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay. In Tampa Bay, again, the rematch on Thursday, and they're in Florida on Saturday. 3 straight losses I'm predicting right now. 3 straight fucking losses to the state of Florida. I'm so sick of this fucking Senators, man. It's ridiculous. And then, on Saturday, the Ryan Hartman and Stützle were battling for a draw, and it appeared that, Stützle was falling, and Reinhart, I guess, kind of fell on top of him and shoved his face into the fucking ice. And come to find out, yesterday, Ryan Hartman gets suspended for 10 games! 10 games! 10 games! Oh my god, 10 games! 10 games? 10 games? I saw on TV at the gym, it was like close to $500,000 in his salary. Like, give that to us. Give that to us. That's 500 Genos he's just giving up because he did that. Oh my goodness. What the hell, man? Do you think that was 10 games worthy for a suspension?
It wasn't even 1 game worthy, bro. He didn't even do anything. Bro, if you watch the replay, Stützle's already falling to the ground anyway. Like, bro, this league is soft as shit. How are you going to tell me that's 10 games? What?
I feel like I've seen I feel like I've seen worse hits for less.
I've seen worse. If we get like 2, 3, 4, 5 games, bro, there's no way that's 10 games. Okay, so you're telling me the Sens are now somehow winning games, and then they get a guy suspended somehow 10 games, bro? Who is doing this, bro? Who is letting the Sens get away with this? Honestly, bro. In Minnesota. How do you let the Senators almost triple your shots on goal in a game?
Like,
how do you have more than 50 shots faced? I understand you don't have Kaprizov, but bro, Kaprizov doesn't play defense like that anyway, so that doesn't matter.
You did it against, you beat the Leafs and the Habs back-to-back nights. You couldn't do it against the Ottawa Senators?
Again, the only thing Ottawa have is the Parliament. They don't have Drake like Toronto does. Ottawa doesn't have anything in Ottawa. Ottawa's a scrub play. Nobody wants to go to Ottawa. Like, oh my god, bro. They're so annoying.
If the Minnesota Wild beat the Bruins tonight, I'm actually going to I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I wouldn't. Or sorry, yeah. Like, you're telling me you beat Boston, Toronto, and Montreal, but you can't beat the Sens, and not only like beat the Sens, get like absolutely smoked by the Sens. How do you get smoked 6-0? 6-0. 52 shots to 18. They didn't even have 20 shots. On fantasy, Philip Gustafsson had more fantasy points than Merilainen, I think. Like, how? Because look, he made 18 saves. He made 18 saves. That's 9 points plus the win plus the shutout. What is that? 19?
That's 19.
19 fantasy points in our league. Philip Gustafsson had like 15. Okay, so he had a bit less. You're telling me he almost had the same amount of fantasy points for a shutout when the other guy gave up 6 goals? How does that even happen? How does that even fucking happen? Oh, my goodness. But yeah, Ryan Hartman's suspension, 10 10 games is crazy for me, to be honest. I feel like the Reeves hit on Nurse was way worse than that. I'm not gonna lie. Remember back in like November when Nurse got killed by Revo? I think that was worse. I feel like the Matthews cross check on Darlene was worse. The McDavid cross check on Garland was worse than that. I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah,
100%, because that was literally intent to like literally hit him in the face, like literally shoved it like this. All right, and this guy gets 10 games and has to forfeit $500,000, bro. Almost 500 grand. Like, sure, that's nothing to say. It's not, bro. That's $500,000 right there. If the league is gonna fine people that much, give it to the fans. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, spread it as charity. This is ridiculous. What are they going to do? Pocket that? Be like, Gary Bettman's going to go on vacation now. George Peros going to go on vacation. Like, nah, man. You give that money to the fans or the Minnesota Wild fans because this is ridiculous. 500 grand?
For what? Like,
some people won't even make 500 grand in their life, and they're just taking that away from a guy like Ryan Hartman for barely even doing anything, for being physical on the draw. Okay, great. Like, sorry, we can't touch players anymore, and shit happens where you fall and you land on a player. Whatever. 10 games is crazy. I can't I
can't stand the Senators, bro. Like, they get anything they want. Like, how he did nothing. Like, watch it again. He did nothing. 10 games. Oh my god. Oh my god. Because guys are diving. Stützle is a known diver, and he's there diving head first. Oh my god, bro. Bro, please get the Ottawa Senators out of the league, bro. Honestly. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stützle's diving and gave that $500,000 fine. How?
Dude, I'll take. Just give Justin and I the 500 grand, 250 each.
Yeah.
Like,
perfect. Like, why not?
It's like, I mean, that's a fair solution. Like, what are we talking about?
Like,
okay. Before we crash out even more, let's just stop talking about the Sens. And I hope that they lose tonight to Tampa. I hope Kucherov goes off.
I hope it's like 10.
Like, literally, Getzel, Kucherov, point, bang. That's what's happening tonight.
Yeah, please.
Allmark in his return game, if he loses,
he's losing.
If he loses, oh my goodness. If Allmark loses his first game back, that'd be insane. But let's move on to our final topic. What do you think it is? It is the JT Miller trade. So for the second Friday in a row, the NHL decided to go bananas and make another blockbuster trade. JT Miller, who we know has been in the trade talks for weeks after reports of him and Pettersson not getting along, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Rangers were on the radar, 2023. on the radar. On the radar for yourself. But a couple weeks weeks ago we saw Zibanejad for Miller 1-for-1, get stuff in the works, didn't happen. Miller and the Rangers was like very close to happening. I don't know how many times throughout the past couple weeks. Friday, they announce JT Miller has been traded to the New York Rangers, officially going back to where his career started in New York. They get Eric Brandstrom and another prospect, or a pick, I think it was. In exchange, going the other direction, Filipino. Mancini dude, a guy that barely's been playing, and a pick, I believe. Was it a pick?
Yeah, it was a top 13 protected first round.
Yeah, so and which they ended up trading to Pittsburgh for Marcus Pettersson.
Yeah.
So okay. First of all, let's break this down. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Let's do this first. How do you trade your basically best points per game player for peanuts? For peanuts. That's nothing. I could not believe what are these returns that we're getting for top stars in the league? The Rantanen deal, oh my goodness, they barely give up anything. This one was worse. Miller has been the Canucks' best player for like 3 seasons in a row. And you're telling me all the Rangers had to give up was a third line center and an AHL, fourth line NHLer? And a pick for JT Miller? That's it? Oh my goodness. Sure, Hedl will be decent on the Canucks, But like JT Miller is like was the best player on the Canucks. He literally had a couple 100-point seasons.
Yeah.
And you traded
Last
him
year.
and you traded him for peanuts. Peanuts. That's nothing. I swear. Who is talking to these teams and like doing other like secret favors, but that's not involving in the trade? Because what is the return? Like Montreal could have traded for JT Miller. Like, are you joking? I would have given you Christian Dvorak and Brendan Gallagher for JT Miller. Right there you go. That's fair enough considering you took Mancini, dude, who barely plays, and then you get Filipino. What? Tell me right now. What do you think of that return? I mean, the absolute steal for the Rangers, by the way.
Yes, it was a steal, but I think it's because the Rangers knew that the Canucks wanted to get rid of him so bad that they were handcuffing the Canucks. They were like, okay, well, if you don't, like, we're not going to give you much because we know you don't want him. So why are we going to overpay for someone that you guys don't want? And you guys keep saying, oh, Pettersson and Miller aren't getting along. So there's obviously something wrong going on the ice and off the ice in the locker room. So there's obviously something going on in that locker room that the players are not happy with, and it's obviously affecting the team. So the Rangers played it smart. They were like, okay, well, there's obviously an issue and you're trying to get rid of him, so we're going to give you some trash players. We're going to give you some peanuts. We're going to give you some a half-eaten junior chicken, and there you go.
There you go, and then they did it. But immediate impact by JT Miller. In his first game against the Bruins, he had 2 goals, unbelievable. Yeah. And in his second game, the following night, on the second half of back-to-back, 2 assists against the Vegas Golden Knights. Huge win to get back in the wildcard race. 4 points in 2 games. He's averaging 2 points a game on the Rangers. So immediate impact after leaving that cancer organization that the Canucks apparently are. So what? But oh my goodness, what do you think?
I mean, I think the Rangers are watching the pod because we did say a couple months ago that the Rangers need.
I said it on Twitter. I said if the Rangers get JT Miller, they are making playoffs.
Yeah, and they needed a center who produces points because Trocheck really wasn't doing that, and Zib wasn't really doing that. All of a sudden, they get a center, 4 points in 2 games, and look at that. When your center produces points, good things happen. And they've already won a game. So, yeah, Rangers, I mean, upper management, you can just say you watched the pod. Because, I mean, this clearly showed that you watched the pod. So, bro, I think it was a great trade by the Rangers. They gave away pretty much a small fry and a McFlurry. And that was it. Simple as that. They got JT Miller, who's a stud. Like, when reports aren't saying that, oh, he's like fighting with these players, he's an absolute beast on the ice, right? He put up 100 points last season. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Okay, the Rangers got better. I think they will continue. They will make the playoffs. Okay, they just got to get hot right now at the perfect time, or just after the 4 Nations, right? Because honestly, getting hot right now is kind of an L because then you win these next 3 games, and then you get like a 4 week break, and then you have to play again. So get at least 2 out of these next 3 wins. I think they played 3 games this week. Win the next 2. Get some wins out the way. After 4 Nations, get on a tear. Perfect time. Boom. Playoff time. I like the Rangers. Apparently, nobody on the Rangers defense is under the age of 28. Apparently, everybody... No, I meant, sorry. Nobody's over the age of 28. Oh, wait, I think that's what I just said. Yeah. Everybody's under the age of 28.
Yeah.
Apparently, like...
Young core.
Zib's 34. Yeah, young defensive core, but apparently the offensive core is like up in age. Like apparently Zib's 31, JT Miller's 31, Kreider's like, what is he, like 32, 33? Which was shocking. I'm like, whoa, like already? But I mean, bro, this is showing that the time is now because these guys are not getting any younger, right? Like these guys need to win now, right? So I think this trade helped them. I think if they get in the playoffs, they're not a team you want to face. I'm telling you right now, if the Leafs play them in the first round, I don't want to see the Rangers. I swear I don't want to see the Rangers, please. And dude, I think this is an auto W. This is like, they completely finessed the fucking Canucks. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, unbelievable. I'm very excited to see what this will happen. Justin and I have our love for the Rangers, and if they play the Leafs, they will beat the Leafs. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, they would.
In like 5 games. in like 5 games. I'm not even joking. 5 games. The Leafs are not walking into Madison Square Garden, playoff atmosphere, Madison Square Garden, and winning games. That's not happening. You can have home ice advantage in Toronto. You are not going to MSG and taking at least 2 games there. That's not happening. That's not happening. It's not happening. Not happening. Yeah, Miller. First, three-headed monster in Miller, Trocheck, Zib. Oh my goodness, what a fantastic center core. And it's not even the trade deadline. So they can add what they specifically need is bottom 6 forward depth and a older defenseman. And they're good. Their goaltending is fine. Shesterkin's finding his game back. They need an older defenseman, a veteran defenseman to help them. And then a bottom 6 forward, maybe 2. And they're chilling. Go call San Jose. Go call Tyler Toffoli's number. Hit him up. And be like, yo, Toffoli, we should have got you last year. Sorry about that. We're gonna get you this year because that's a perfect guy for the Rangers. And then on defense as well, they need to get some defenders. David Savard on the Habs, call him up. Be like, yo, we need you ASAP, no Rocky. There you go. They got a defense.
Even a guy like Luke Shen.
Luke Shen on the thing. Pick him up, yo, Shenner. I know we need you on the team, man. Hit my line, Chris Drury. Hit my line,
bro.
They would be phenomenal. But yeah, I'm very excited for the Rangers. I want to talk about the Canucks quickly. Filipino in his first game did score. I see him thriving in Vancouver, especially now that JT Miller's gone. I feel like he will produce more points. He didn't really have much of an opportunity on the Rangers. They'll definitely throw him on a power play, maybe first unit, depending on how weaker the offense has gotten with JT Miller. And so Hito will look good. Last thing before we wrap up, Pettersson. Now, I don't think he's had much of a couple good games since Miller's been gone. Did the Canucks trade the wrong guy? Because Miller is obviously thriving right now. We need to see a massive, because of if all this is true and Miller's an asshole to Pettersson and all this crap. Pettersson and he's the reason that Pettersson's been shit. Pettersson needs to start lighting the lamp like now and start taking over that team and scoring. He cannot, there cannot be reports of them arguing and their point production being down because of their arguing. Miller leaves and he gets points. Now that Pettersson can finally focus away from that and he doesn't get enough points, it's ridiculous. Then this whole shit is crap. I don't believe any of it. That means Pettersson's just shit. What do you think? Pettersson needs to step up, yes or no? And will he?
No. But he has to. He's getting over $10 million, and there's still Canucks fans are still crying for him to produce at the pace that we saw years ago when he signed the contract. Like, how is it possible that you've signed this contract and all of a sudden you're just crashing, bro? This isn't a 2-month thing. This has been going on for a year and a half, almost 2 years now, where we all see it. Not just Canucks fans, we see it as well. His production is just dropped significantly. And yeah, I understand, okay, because he played with Miller and he didn't like him, whatever. They didn't play together. Their play styles didn't match. But bro, now it's the time to shine. There's no more excuses. This is your team with Quinn Hughes. Okay, you guys are the future of this team. Now, maybe he gets traded, right? But who knows? If he doesn't get traded, he's still the future along with Quinn Hughes. If this guy doesn't produce at the rate that he should be, bro, it's going to be long days for Canucks fans and this Canucks team because, my God, you can't have a guy like that who has tons of star power. Like, we've seen it in the past. You can't have a guy like that just, like, steal money off the organization and just not produce how we've seen him in the past. It's just unacceptable. And the longer this goes, the longer this will affect Quinn Hughes because if he's like, dude, if this team is going nowhere with me, what's the point of me staying here?
He is carrying that team.
Like, what more does Quinn Hughes have to do, bro? If this team doesn't make the playoffs, there's major concern for Quinn Hughes and his next contract, 100%. Because, bro, come on, Vancouver, really out of all places. And 2, bro, Quinn Hughes is the best player on the team. If they're not making playoffs, what's the point of him staying? And he could probably get more money somewhere else.
New Jersey.
In a better city.
Go play with your brothers.
Why not? Why not? Dougie Hamilton's only getting older. That's what I'm saying.
Luke Hughes can play the right side.
Luke Hughes, Quinn Hughes as a defensive pair?
Jack Hughes up at top. Oh my goodness.
Why?
But Pettersson needs to step it up.
This is gonna affect Quinn Hughes as well, bro. So he's got to do some.
Otherwise, he will appear on the fraud watch list. He'll be on the fraud watch list.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Pedersen,
yeah,
we're watching
100%.
you. You think you deserve
Oh, yeah.
Nylander money. Nylander money just because he's your Swedish brother. You think you deserve 11 and a half, eh? Going to play for the Canucks. You could be complaining or behind the scenes that Miller is the problem and that's why I'm not good. Okay, Miller left and he's got 4 points in 2 games. What about you? Nothing. So you need to step up your game if you want, some credibility because you're going to lose it all if you're the one out of this trade here that doesn't produce points. Because everyone's saying,
Yep.
"Oh, Miller is the reason Pedersen is not producing points." Okay, Miller's gone. All this locker room crap you can put behind you. Now let's see what you're really made of. Let's see if you can really do exactly what you said you would do without Miller on the team. Right? Play up to your contract. 11 and a half for, what is it, 8 years or whatever? It's a long time to be paying someone $11.5 million. It's a lot of fucking money. That's like that's like $90-something million or whatever the fuck. I don't even know. It's like over 88 million just for Pedersen. It is in the whole fucking contract, so I don't know. Canucks, man. You have a lot of work to do, especially because the Flames are humming right now, and you'll be fighting them for that wild card spot. And like you said, to finish up, I feel so bad for Quinn Hughes that he's had to deal with this all year. Injury, because I know his wrist has been fucked, and he's still the best Canuck, still putting up the most points as a defenseman. A defender putting up the most points on your team is outrageous, if you ask me. I'm sorry, that shouldn't be happening. But Quinn Hughes, that just goes to show how good Quinn Hughes is. And like you said, he is American playing in Vancouver. If he fucking runs out of his contract runs out, he could be like, all right, bye. Vancouver's a shit market anyway.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have to stay.
He doesn't have to stay.
There's so many other great markets that are actually in a playoff spot and who are fighting for a Stanley Cup.
Quinn Hughes on the Kings would actually be pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Be pretty cool. Telling you, bro, it's gonna be long days for Vancouver in the future, bro. They're not gonna be this like team that we saw last year, that fluke ass season, bro. That was such a fluke, and I hope Canucks fans know it's not gonna get any prettier. It's just gonna go downhill from here, bro. If Pedersen doesn't do his thing, so it's gonna be long days. And you know what? I am here for it because I'm so sick of Canucks fans on Twitter too. Get the hell out of here last year. Oh my god, bro, Canucks this, Canucks that. Because of one fluke season. Oh my god, I hope the Avs go into Vancouver today and kill them 7-0.
Let's see.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna see what happens tonight in that game. So that's another game that should be on everybody's watch list for tonight, especially because there's 28 others. Because the NHL schedule.
28 others.
There's 28 games today, one yesterday.
28 teams, yeah. It's ridiculous, honestly.
But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of the AG Sports Podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed us ranting about, the team that shall not be named, and everything that's been going on in this podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, tell your friends. Like I said, next week we will start our new Drop the Myths segment. It'll be really interesting. We're going to figure out what we want to debate on. Justin and I will do that behind the scenes. And then we will come out with that, plus a 4 Nations face-off prediction and preview. Stay tuned for that because I'm excited to talk about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We will see you guys next week. Take care and peace.
Peace.